Hello and welcome back to my channel. Guys, we have a very fun video today. I'm doing a collab with Makeup Linz here on YouTube, and we are doing a makeup style swap. I jokingly commented in her comment section a while back on her channel, and I said we should do a style swap to make her use those eyeshadows because she is a project panner. And then it was like a week later that she DM'd me on Instagram and was like, wait, were you serious? And I was like all up for the challenge. So in this little collab, she's done my makeup style. I'm doing her makeup style. I have just like a paracord necklace. I've actually tied it on because it's supposed to be a drop style. She always wears a black choker necklace, and she always matches her shirt to her eyeshadow. Unfortunately, you guys know me, I wear black and gray and white and off-white. I don't wear color pretty much ever. That's not true. I wear very specific colors. I like pink, I like blue, and that's it. Those are my colors. Pink, blue, maybe red, black, white, off-white, gray. That's like my wardrobe. I'm looking at it right now. That's what I have. So this is actually like a lazy day. If you've watched my closet tour, it's from like that section of my closet. So this is like an activity shirt. It's orange. Can you believe I'm gonna do orange eyeshadow today? Now, I used to wear orange quite a lot, but I don't anymore. And I haven't done for years. And the way that Makeup Linz does, I'm just gonna call her by Makeup Linz. Her name is Kay, but I'm gonna use it like her little gamer tag. So Makeup Linz's makeup style is what I used to do back when I wore color. So from like 2015 to maybe 2021 was when I wore like color on myself. So it's been about 5 years since I've really done a makeup style like hers. I have done my best to give myself eyebrows again because she doesn't have bleached eyebrows, and she was a trooper and she did faux bleached eyebrows. So I have to give myself real human eyebrows, and I've already seen her final look, so please, I'm gonna have all the things, all the links, go watch her version. She did such a good job, you guys. So we did exchange a little bit of tidbits on how we do our makeup. Her primer is usually whatever she's project panning, so I just used whatever, my Embryolisse cream, because I do have dry skin, so I need that level of moisture. And then she does concealer before foundation, which is completely different to what I do. She doesn't do brightening concealer. She does concealer that matches her skin tone, but mine is only brightening. So I'm gonna mix in, there's construction also all around, so we're gonna have lots of lovely interruptions if you can hear that drilling. I'm going to take my Kulfi concealer and I'm just gonna add a little pump of my Pat McGrath and mix it together, and hopefully a little bit of a concealer moment. The Pat McGrath will thin it out a little bit, and please excuse my lip health in this video. I did a bunch of filming yesterday for all of the shorts you're gonna see this week. Actually, today should be the last of that swatching content I filmed of the new luster glasses, and just doing all that swatching in one day is really killer for your lips. And my lip is pissed off at me. And do you see how healthy my skin is now? I just have like the regular breakouts as I'm expecting my period soon. But man, you guys, if you look back in my shorts from when I retested that Roman foundation, you can see how many breakouts I got over those coming days. Such a bummer. I really wanted to love that foundation, but man, my skin was not having it. Now she likes to use like a medium coverage foundation. I feel like we're similar in age. I think she's like a year or two younger than me, but definitely not a full glam girl anymore. So I'm gonna go in with my Pat McGrath Labs foundation, and I'm gonna color correct it with a little bit of my green. She doesn't do this, but she doesn't have to because she can easily find foundation shades, mix it together, and just apply it on the face. I don't know why, I'm really into using my hands right now. My eyebrows are gonna look a bit rough throughout this video because the product I use is 3 years old now, and it's like a mousse product, and it was already not that great to begin with. It's the Maybelline Super Fluff. It was already difficult to work with when it was fresh, and now it's even older than that. So it'll be a little bit like flaky and a little gross looking. I do believe she uses a sponge to do her makeup, but I'm just gonna do a brush. I do have a sponge though. I'll let the sponge touch my face to say that I used a sponge for a little bit. But it's dry. So now she uses MAC Studio Skin Finish to add to her under eye area. And I do have the MAC Studio Skin Finish. Mine is a bit dark, so I am going to mix it a little bit with the Makeup Forever. I'm just gonna use a brush. And brush. Is it just under the eyes and all over face? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna do a patting motion. I love this idea for the video because I think it goes to show that you can do makeup in so many different techniques. Just because I do my makeup one way doesn't mean that's the style that you guys have to do. Did I do a pretty good mix? I think I did. I think I did a good job today. Sometimes I can add way too much of this one and then it looks like really pale. So next is bronzer. There's no contouring in her routine, and she uses like that newer type of rosy kind of bronzer. I don't own anything like that. So I'm going to use my Pat McGrath powder bronzer. This is more of a yellowy bronzer, but I feel like in the style of Project Pan, I'll use this one because it's also my oldest. Cheekbones and down her neck. Cheekbones, down her neck. I look so strange. I hope Kay had the same identity crisis in her video. Okay, highlighter she does next, and I don't really have a normal human like highlighter. The best I got is the MAC Skin Finish, so that's what I'm going to use. Use the bronzer brush. It's not that blinding. She said she just was using MAC Double Gleam, and that's like really, really highlightery. I could use the liquid, but I feel like this is highlightery enough. I really want to try to use the textures that she uses. I don't want to, I think my collection is bigger than hers, so I feel like I should try my hardest to use the same textures. So if she uses a powder, I should use a powder. A blush, usually warm toned, peach or a warm nude. And if you're eagle-eyed, you would have seen that I've been practicing for this video. I did some warm makeup looks recently, and a lot of you guys loved it actually, or complete strangers on the internet loved it. So I want to use, this one might be nice. That's peachy. Thankfully, the stars have not aligned yet for me to get rid of these color struck blushes. Melba? What about Melba? Melba? That's a bit neon. A peach. A peach? What about this one? Nope, that's shiny. Okay, I have Peach Twist, which I think will help add to the highlightery effect. So I'm going to use Gingerly and Peach Twist. I feel like that will be a good blush combo. I have not tried Gingerly yet, so let's just see. Let's just go for it. And I do feel like she keeps her blush pretty forward on her face. So I'm gonna do my best. That somewhat peachy. Problem is, I'm using the MAC Color Struck blushes. And if you're new here, I do not rank these highly at all. I actually quite dislike them. They are talc free, so I don't know if my problem with them is the fact that they're talc free. I look insane. Let me fix this. But I'm really trying my best to use these because I don't know if these are really good for talc free blushes or if they're really bad for talc-free blushes. And I think the problem that I have is just the fact that they're talc-free. And compared to all of my blushes with talc, these do not perform in the way that I need my makeup to perform, but I keep using them because what if they're really, really good? So now I'm going to use Peach Twist just a little bit on top. This one is one of the Radiants. Try to add some depth here, and trying to keeping it high in the highlight zone will also maybe help with the highlighter. Peachy, I feel like I went really heavy with the blush. I don't think Makeup Lens does her blush like this. I can't help it. I love blush. Try to pat out with my foundation brush. I think that's even. I think I fixed it. These blushes, it's so much work. I know I talk about it every single time I use them, but genuinely, I feel like every time I use these blushes, putting on blush is an effort, and it usually is so seamless. Still not fully sold on the Color Struck blushes. Now she uses a finishing powder. I don't really have a finishing powder, but she does say it's similar to the Hourglass, and I have the Cheer Yep matte highlighter. It's not matte. There's a little bit of shine like the Hourglass. So I'm just gonna take this on my brush and just do in my kind of like center highlight zone. Oh, the highlight is quite good. Look at that. Wow. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me if that's too much highlight or not. I don't know. I don't know. We should have done this over like a Zoom or something. I'm second guessing everything. Okay, next is eyeshadow. For the most part, her eye looks are pretty classic. She says here there's usually like a light on the inside, a dark on the outside, and then she wants me to use color. Something that isn't like in my comfort zone. So I'm gonna go with orange and yellow because she says next she loves a yellow waterline. I get bonus points if I incorporate the yellow. So I'm going to be incorporating the yellow. I know it's totally against Makeup Lens's content style, but I did purchase the NYX Epic Wear eyeliner stick in the shade Cosmic Yellow, because I think this is the one that you use. Okay, I think it's this one. Canada doesn't get every single color for NYX, so I think it's this one. This was the only yellow that they had. Hopefully it is that eyeliner. Makeup Lens uses indie eyeshadows all the time. So I'm going to use my indie eyeshadow. This is the Rotten palette. If I don't like this shade Spora, I will reach for my Viseart, but I just want to try this first to see if I can work with it. I'm just going to prime my eyes. This is the MAC Mattifying Primer. Now the hardest part for me to do this eyeshadow is going to be keeping it round. She does very round eyeshadow looks, and that's going to be the most difficult for me because I like it editorial, sharp. There was an eyeshadow that I saw that I wanted to recreate. I liked this one from July 23rd. I'm not going to recreate it exactly because I do not have confidence in my skills, but this is ideally where I'm going to land. So I'm going to take Spora, which is more bright. It's quite scary. It's very scary. This is where everything could go so downhill. I'm just gonna stamp it out. Stamp, stamp, stamp. I think with these Blend Bunny shadows, that tends to be the best way to lay down this formula, and you can blend it after. Orange. I think I am gonna have to get that Viseart palette. So I'm going to take some of the Viseart orange. I say Viseart, I don't say Viseart. Viseart sounds wrong to me. I say Viseart. I'm gonna keep the classic orange closer to the lid. It's so orange. Okay, I hope this is enough color. I'm gonna gently blend this edge. I'm gonna try really hard not to garage door. Oh my God, this is so scary. Okay. I'm going to take this Makeup Forever brush and just bring this like color down my eye. I hope it's somewhat even. Does it look even? I feel like that side is higher with this like vermilion shade, something like that. Always look here if you're looking to see if your eyeshadow is even. Now I'm going to take on another clean packer brush. I'm gonna take the yellow in this and I'm gonna pack that on the rest of the eye. I used to wear yellow eyeshadow. I actually wore it at my graduation for college. I wish I didn't because it was just yellow eyeshadow. So I do look a little bit ill in the photos. I am getting fallout. I might look a little bit ill in this video because the yellow is falling on my under eye. I feel like that's not right. That doesn't look anything like the photo, but I want it to be bright. And I feel like the yellow options in Rotten aren't bright like that. Let me try this yellow from the Viseart Coy. Let me mix the two and see if that works. I knew I would struggle on the eye portion. And then I'm going to take Asper, which is this yellow, and I'm gonna use Asper up here to just soften the edge so it's not as blunt. Did I get a bunch of fallout under my eye? Absolutely I did, but we're all gonna have to ignore that, okay? And then again, I'm gonna take the yellow color for a shimmer, something gold-ish. Mother dearest, what do you have in store? The yellowy highlight in here on the yellowy brush to add some more yellow. And I'm gonna do that for the inner corner. Because the Koi palette is nice, but they're more like satins. They're not really high impact shimmers. This is a good stopping point, I think. If I tinker with it too much more, I'm gonna mess it up. So the next step is the eyeliner and a sharp black liquid eyeliner. I don't know if I wanna do liquid. I tried doing liquid to warm up my hands yesterday. I have a liquid. I'm better with gel. I'll do liquid. I'll do liquid. Come on, we can do this. Let's all take a breath. One more. Okay, liquid eyeliner. Here we go. She's so good at doing winged eyeliner too. She does it all the time. Okay. Is that a good wing? Can I do it on the other side? Here we go. God, that was not good. I do have like a triple wing going on this side, so I'm gonna have to erase a little bit. What do you think? Pretty good? Okay, I'm just gonna curl my lashes and throw on whatever. I don't think she does bottom mascara. Now's the time I'm gonna use the yellow eyeliner. I'm gonna run a Q-tip in my waterline and then follow it with the liner. It's a nice liner. We'll see if it holds up in my waterline. What do we think? Do I get bonus points for using this? I hope so. Does not use lip liner. I really want to use lip liner. And then a warmer tone lipstick. She just finished MAC Mocha, RIP MAC Mocha, both her Project Pan version and it's discontinued. Peachy Nude. What do I possibly have? Peachy Nude. Myth is really peachy on me. That's Myth. I don't like Myth. I really don't. Oh, it broke. Great. I broke it. Honey Love, and it's from the matte line, which will be more along the lines of what Myth would have been. Let's do that. Did I say Myth? I meant Mocha. I feel like that is still too neutral for her. And then she likes to wear a gloss on top. I'm going to throw on this one. It's a bit old. Everything else is gray or blue. This is the Love Potion, Pat McGrath Labs. Kind of warm it up maybe a little bit. Then she uses a setting spray at the very end. which I am nervous about because my mascara usually always melts off when I do it last. So I'm just gonna give this NYX face glue a really good shake, and this will be what I use. Not bad. I feel like I don't even look like myself, which was the point of the video. Alrighty, let's take out Poe. What do we think? This is the finished outcome. I genuinely don't feel like myself, so I must have done something right. The close-up. Makeup Lens, let me know how I did. I'm sure I'll be talking to you shortly in the DMs. Please take a look at the links down below to go watch her video. And yeah, this was a really fun challenge to just test makeup skills and all that. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you liked me, thank you so much. Consider subscribing so I can pop up in your feed more often. If you think others would enjoy this, consider hyping so I can fall on their suggested feeds. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Both are Claire Cuckoo as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.